Hello, everyone. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to talk to you about portfolio tracking and hopefully inspire some of you to use R and Python to make this a part of your portfolio tracking strategy. What portfolio tracking essentially means is to update your performance of the portfolio in terms of value as well as returns or even constituents over any period of time. At the end of the day, it's your money. You want to make sure that it's making the most for you, and this kind of tracking will allow you to do that over time. It also gives you an excellent avenue to optimize your portfolio, especially if there are assets or stocks that you're not invested in. And this tracking would actually highlight those sort of stocks where you have abnormal price movements, and then you can then tell your portfolio manager that's what you want to get into. Most of my analysis has been focused on equities, which is the asset class where I see most of the need for portfolio tracking. Again, I'm focusing on stocks from the S&P 500, which is the bellwether index and which actually tracks how the market moves over time. This website right here actually tracks the components of the S&P 500 on a daily basis because they change on a daily basis. And if you can see the weights right here, well, what I'm more interested are in these symbols, which are their stock tickers. That's actually for Facebook, and that one's for Google, JP Morgan. I simply run beautiful soup on this web page, and I can write that out to a CSV file that looks exactly like this. If you didn't want it to run it for the S&P 500 and wanted to run it for 30 or 50 other stocks that you invested in, you can simply put in the tickers right here in an Excel file like this, and then the further of this analysis where you read this file in and simply loop through it and query the Google API for the stock prices of this over a certain period of time that looks exactly like this when it runs. And you get an output that's a CSV file that looks like this, the open, high, low, close, as well as the ticker names for each of those stocks. Now this runs regardless of whether you ran it for the S&P 500 or for the 30 stocks that you decided to query it for, and really that's as simple as it is. Step 1, fetch the information. Step 2, query the API. What can you do with this going forward? We've spent 3, 4 homeworks on it now, on how we can use the Edgar information to get information about stock filings and their 10Ks. We can link that up from how stock prices are moving to see if there's a story there or a sentiment analysis we want to be doing there. Alternatively, you can see if any filings, whatever, whether it's a 10K amendment or some other filing, has an effect on whether the stock prices go up or down, and how that happens over time. I want to give credit to this website and redirect you here for more ideas on what you can do with this. All the best.